Okay, family, I want to talk about this no good tether Sambo, Candace Owens, who jumped out here and spewed some dumbass talking points about our sister Sonia Massey's unjustly deaf, and this lady don't even see herself as black. Candace Owens, she got an affinity to love the dominant white society. She really thinks she's white, and everything she says out of her mouth is to appease white supremacy. She wants to fall in line with that, so she'll say anything, towards a black person, denigrate and make situations look other than what they are just to be affiliated with white supremacy. So I'm going to play y'all some audio, then be back with my commentary. And by the way, fair use.
Mistakes that police officers are human beings. There are mistakes that happen, and the idea that now you're going to use this situation and all the usual suspects are already involved. We know that Attorney Crump is already involved.
Okay, I agree with her on that point. Attorney Crump is an opportunist, a usual suspect. Only time Attorney Benjamin Crump comes out is to make money off of and profit off of black pain. He don't give a damn about no black people, and that's the way I felt on him for the past couple years, ever since I've kept on seeing his face every time somebody black gets unjustly lynched. But let's continue on.
To then try to make black Americans believe that this happened simply because she was black is pointed.
It did happen, Candace Owens, simply because she was black. What the hell are you talking about? What planet are you living on, Candace Owens? They've been doing this to our people in America, unjustly hurting, harming, and injuring our people simply because of race. Where the hell you been living at? You've been living with that white man, laying white, just trying to get butter biscuits and align yourself with the dominant society. So I guess anything coming from the dominant society is okay by you as long as you're able to be around some whiteness. You're happy. That makes you happy. That appeases you. Let's continue on.
Ridiculous. So I am saying to black Americans today, do not take this bait. Yes, what happened in this situation, I think he's going to have a very hard time, this officer, saying that he absolutely felt so threatened by boiling water that the only solution was for him to mindfully say, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and that's what he did. I think that's going to be a very steep hill to climb. But the reaction from black America cannot be exactly what they want. There is a reason that whoever is in control of Joe Biden's account instantly tweeted about this, okay? It's because they think we're stupid. They think we're emotional. I think that we always...
Where? You ain't no foundational black... she talking about they want we. You ain't no foundational black American, and you don't align with black people nowhere on the planet, Candace Owens. You're against black people, if you ask me. But let's continue on.
Respond illogically and emotionally, and that it's an easy way for them to shore up votes by saying, oh, look, forget that we've destroyed everything around you and that we got you to burn down your neighborhoods, burn down your neighborhoods in 2020. And then obviously stole a bunch of money because none of that money actually went to making your neighborhoods better. And so now those communities are desolate. Forget all of that, because look, another video, and this means racism is back, and vote for us because we're going to show you how emotional. They
like to always say when we have to get out here and turn up for the unjust harming of black folks, they always like to say we're harming our own communities. A lot of the times black folks are going and turning up in white people's neighborhoods, and then they try to flip it to we're tearing down our own community to get us to stop the turn up. You know what I mean? So this is a lying talking point as well, saying that we're always tearing down our own communities. But let's continue on.
No, we are. That's exactly what Joe Biden did. He tweeted this on the heels. He wrote, Sonia Massey, a beloved mother, friend, daughter, and young black woman, should be alive today. Sonia's death at the hands of a police officer reminds us that all too often black Americans face fears for their safety in ways many of the rest of us do not. Sonia's family deserves justice. I am heartbroken for her children and family as they face this unthinkable and senseless loss. Jill and I mourn with the rest of the country, and our prayers are with Sonia's families, loved ones, and community during this devastating time. Okay, again, going to say here, this happened.
Okay, so at least Joe Biden says something, even if it was real or not, because he probably just was prompted to say that. He didn't come with it from his heart. But that's just for the sake of argument, say it was for real. Biden, if you really want to help black folks and deter this nonsense from happening, push that black hate crimes bill that us on the grassroots been speaking about. Push it with executive order, push it into policy before you leave. But you won't do that. Because you're complicit in this thing as well, Joe Biden. If you really want to stop this, it could be stopped as of yesterday with that black hate crimes bill, because this would deter these no good race soldiers and white supremacists from the unjust harming of black folks. But let's continue on.
in Springfield, Illinois, that the only reason whoever is in control of his account is putting that out there is because too many black Americans are turning toward Trump. They think too many black Americans are catching on to the Democrat.
Black Americans on the grassroots, we're not turning towards either party because we're not voting just to be voting no more. We're voting for the policies, and we need tangible things that we can grab and hold on to. We need a black hate crimes bill, for one, and another thing, we need that reparations. We need that reparations for foundational black Americans put into the executive order. Push it through. If y'all want it pushed through, it could have been pushed through yesterday. And with these two things combined, the black hate crimes bill and the reparations, that will insulate us to be able to protect ourselves and produce justice, because money produces justice. We'll be able to hold these people accountable. But family, on a side note, if they don't want to keep holding these people accountable, we're gonna have to get out here, real talk, we're going to have to get out here on the pavement, the concrete, and we're going to have to start producing justice ourselves, because this is senseless. I watched that video and that sister said, upon letting him into her house, don't harm me. And, she had her hand, they told her to take the pot off the stove before it burned down the house. So she went to do it, and then she had her hands in the air, and they shot her anyway. And she said, please, when her hands was in the air. She was trying to grab the pot to take it off the stove, how they were saying. And people that are running around saying that she had the pot in her hand, they're white supremacists or collaborators just trying to, flip the narrative to make the cop look innocent. That woman, our sister Sonya Massey, didn't have no pot trying to throw it at no damn officer. She was in compliance the whole time, and then she said, please. And this racist white supremacist Ku Klux Klan member with a badge showed our sister no mercy, and we may good and well have to get out here and start showing these no good bastards no mercy. But let's continue on.
Scam, and so they scan every one of these situations and they leave out the hard facts. The hard facts are that if you examine this just based on a percentage rate, white Americans,
and I ain't for violence, but I'm saying this must stop. You know what I mean? This must stop.
Killed by police officers,
because I'm not advocating violence.
Than black Americans. That is a fact.
But did you hear what she just said? I was talking, family. I got to run that back. Listen to this nonsense.
That the only reason whoever is in control of his account is putting that out there is because too many black Americans are turning toward Trump. They think too many black Americans are catching on to the Democrat scam, and so they scan every one of these situations and they leave out the hard facts. The hard facts are that if you examine this just based on a percentage rate, white Americans unarmed are more likely to be shot and killed by police officers in mistakes, shot and killed by police officers in these correspondences than black Americans. That is a fact.
This lady been smoking crack. She need to put down that coke pipe stem. She talking about more white people are harmed in police correspondences than black. She being paid, pushed, and promoted to say these kind of things. This lady clearly has a detachment from reality. You know what I mean? She has a detachment from reality. I don't know. She's insane if you ask me. Look at all the unjust shootings that go on with police. They mainly geared at black people, and they doing this, based off of race, But let's continue on, because a good thing I seen was our good sister Cardi B. Now, Cardi B does some ratchetness. She got some ratchetness in the music, but Cardi B sure enough called her out on this, and I appreciate Cardi B for calling her out on this. So let me get that. Let me pull that up. Let me see if this is the one.
Case, and it's just like, yo, why you always gotta f it up? Why you always gotta f it up? Like, why you always?
Cardi B gets her on this.
Like, it's like you always gotta take it there, and it's like, why you gotta take it there? Like, for you to sit here and say that it's like, oh, we cannot blame everything on racial. Not everything is racial. I know that this is sad, but this is not something racial. There's more white people that killed by the.
And everything is racial, family. This is how they set the system up. The system is based off of racism, white supremacy, where they put white supremacy, white people at the top, and they want to suppress black people and keep them on the bottom. This is their system, and it's designed and based off of that. But let's continue on.
The cops and it's like, girl, shut up. You don't feel one little bit of empathy, one little bit of sympathy of how this woman died. There was no argument. There was no conflict. There was no raise of voice.
Absolutely.
And she got shot.
Get her,
And
Cardi.
then it's like, okay, he didn't say nothing racial, right? He didn't say nothing like a racial slur and everything. But one thing for sure is that we definitely know that he knew in the back of his head, because she was a black woman, that he was going to get away with it. Now, only thing.
Yeah, he knew that, and he wanted to harm. In his mind, he went in there. He already had the pre-notion he was going to go in there and harm his sister. He knew it as soon as he seen that she was a black woman. He said his white supremacist instinct kicked in. He was like, I want to harm this sister. I'm going to harm her. You know, plain and simple.
That. The department thought that because they didn't tell her son or her father that a cop shot her. So they definitely thought that it was going to get away from it, and it had...
Yeah, the father said, Sonia Massey's father said he thought it was from a burglar. At first, they wasn't even forthcoming with who actually killed our good sister Sonia Massey. They tried to cover it up, if you ask me. The no good, dirty Ku Klux Klan members with a badge. You know they got that blue shield code where they all try to protect and look out for one another. And by the way, that other cop that was there that had the body cam footage that did nothing, he's just as complicit in this thing. Both of them need charged up. Not just the cop that they got for shooting her. They both need charged up, dirty bastards. But let's continue on.
It had everything to do with the fact that because it was because she was black.
Yup.
So
Get her,
nobody
Cardi.
has to say a racial slur, but you don't know that it was racially motivated. Like, come on now. And then it's just like, yo, how old is Candace Owens? She's 35 years old.
I agree with Cardi on this.
You're 35 years old. Sonia was 36 years old. Y'all practically have the same body frame. Y'all practically got the same body frame. Y'all both slim. You 1 year younger than her. She's a mother. You're a mother. She's a daughter. You're a daughter. She has a father that care about her. You got a father that care about her. This could be you one day. No, and it could be actually worse because you the type of person that if a cop stopped you, you will get real sassy at the mouth. And as soon as you get sassy at the mouth, the will shoot your ass.
Yeah, family. Cardi B went in. Now, I don't agree with everything Cardi B does because she gets ratchet from time to time. But here she was absolutely correct and spoke truth. You know what I mean? Because Candace Owens tried to play this whole denial of blackness. But she'll get a black wake-up call because the system of racism, white supremacy ain't got no love for her neither. You see, they discarded her ass a little while ago. They her white counterparts that were looking out for her, they discarded her a little while ago, and now she's starting to resurface here and there. And evidently, she's going through some back and forth with Cardi B. She's talking about pursuing some kind of legal action, I guess, between Cardi B. But Cardi B gets out here and speaks truth sometimes. I always see videos circulating of Cardi B. You know, the rap is, you know, ratchet a lot of the times from time to time, but Cardi B is gets out here and pushes truth though as well. So I like Cardi B in that regard, and Cardi B straight up checked her. You know, it is what it is. Candace Owens, you know, evidently you wasn't raised right, because if when you were a kid, your parents should have taught you that if you didn't have nothing good to say, keep your mouth shut. And these are just my thoughts on the matter. Candace Owens, you ought to keep your mouth shut when it comes to speaking about foundational black American business, especially regarding our sister Sonia Massey, because she was unjustly harmed with her hands in the air. And anybody that wants to sit here and say that, you know, the sister had the pot or was trying to throw the pot, y'all ain't nothing but racist, white supremacists, or white supremacist collaborators. Just my thoughts on the matter. Peace.